Xiomara Castro, who will make history as Honduras's first female president when she takes office on January 27, plans to ask the UN for help in fighting the corruption plaguing the Central American nation, and will urge Congress to repeal so-called impunity laws.
Here's a summary of the article.
Tegucigalpa, Xiomara Castro, who will make history as Honduras's first female president when she takes office on January 27, plans to ask the UN for help in fighting the corruption plaguing the Central American nation, and will urge Congress to repeal so-called impunity laws. The 62-year-old Castro, who heads the leftist Libre Party, told AFP in an interview she will work to rescind laws that have covered up all the corruption of recent years, a clear allusion to the government of her predecessor, Juan Orlando Hernández. Castro, the wife of ousted President Manuel Zelaya, answered AFP's questions via a WhatsApp audio link. Castro wants to reactivate a high-level mission, this time headed by the United Nations, and says she has approached UN officials about doing so. Castro specifically mentioned the so-called Law of Secrets, which classifies information on state purchases and, through which they have covered up all the corruption. She also opposes a penal code reform that reduced penalties for money laundering. Secretary of State Antony Blinken has indicated willingness to work with Castro, while she has described the bilateral relationship as cordial. As the first woman to govern Honduras, Castro said, "I am committed to ensuring that women's rights are respected."
This post received a score of 3,000, with an upvote ratio of 97%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
One of the things that makes this interesting is that she is the wife of a former president who was ousted in a coup. Manuel Zelaya.
What are your thoughts on the UN stepping in to fight corruption?
They have no military backing whatever. So it's just a money grab.
Money is a good way to reduce corruption, right? Yes.
I wish her the best. Corruption ruins everything. Punishment should be swift and exorbitant.
If it's swift and exorbitant, then she's probably getting rid of opposition. I'm not an expert, but I haven't heard of a swift and effective campaign to root out corruption that wasn't just a cover-up for rooting out opposition. Getting rid of corruption for realsies is not that easy.
I think that's always the fine line. It can always be corruption to the opposition party officials and reason to get rid of anyone that would oppose their own corruption. You fight corruption not by ousting political rivals but by enforcing changes that make corruption harder, impossible to get away with for everyone. Stopping lobbies and money from outside interests, making political official finances a matter of public record, giving the people more democratic means to remove officials from office, etc. All things we don't have in the US either. Corruption is just different outside the US because our news says so.
The USA basically legalized corruption for top government officials while crushing it out for bureaucrats. Oil tycoon throws a campaign fundraiser for a senator full of lobbyists and wealthy donors. Not corruption. Little old lady delivers cookies to a helpful DMV clerk. You better put those in the break room for everyone, fill out the proper forms, and there better not be a $10 Starbucks gift card in that thank you card or you're fired.
Oh man, she about to get coup d'état de
INB for Honduran protesters.
Hope the CIA doesn't get to her like they did her husband.
I suspect she'll be around for a while. She already walked back establishing official ties with China.
Ask the UN to help in fighting the corruption. Lol. What is the UN going to do? Send in the world police?
I honestly have no idea, but I'm going to guess things like offering advice and expertise, helping to increase awareness about corrupt practices, imposing sanctions against corrupt individuals, companies, organizations, aiding future investigations, etc. I get why people are cynical about things involving the UN, but I think they do a lot of good for the world, even if you or I don't notice the effects, results. I'm sure someone could say this better than I just did too.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.